Namaste. Honorable Minister, Excellencies, distinguished guests, members of the media, press. It's indeed a privilege, a rare privilege for an Indian ambassador to be addressing a conference on Go Green here in Serbia, and you must be wondering, what am I doing here? Serbia is situated next to a high technology area, and so what contribution can India make to the renewable energy sector of India? You know, India has taken technology and adapted it to its own requirements, and thereby coming up with a very distinctive intermediate technologies which are not only appropriate to a developing country requirements, but are also affordable, and therefore they are cost effective. At this stage, I would like to mention that I represent a country which is the 6th largest in area in the world, and therefore its requirements of energy is also considered to be the 6th largest in the world. And its demand for commercial energy is as high as 3.5% of the world commercial energy demand. India is the fastest growing economy in the world at 7.5%. And it needs to grow at the rate of 8 to 10% per year for the next 25 years if it has to reach the developed status and if it has to pull out every single Indian out of poverty. We are 1.25 billion people, the second most populous nation in the world, going to be the most populous nation very soon. But this is not an idle population. This is a working population. 800 million people are engaged in the workforce. 65% of our population is of the age of 35 and below. 40% of our population is of the age of 20 and below. And 17% of our, and I would say 20% of our population is of the age of 17 and below. And we need to give them schools, we need to give them colleges, we need to give them factories, we need to employ them. We need highways, we need waterways, we need railways, we need airways, we need seaways. So there is a huge, huge potential that is waiting to be explored and developed in India. And here I would like to mention that in the mix of the Indian power scenario, the thermal power takes a place as high as 70% in India. Next is renewable power of 13.5%, hydropower of 14.8%, and nuclear power of 2%. In the renewable energy mix, wind power takes the highest, the largest amount of cake with 65%, solar power at 12.6%, biogas at 12.1%, and small hydro at 10%. What is our renewable power potential? Our potential is, and that is what we are aiming at, to have wind power potential of 60,000 megawatt, solar energy of more than 100,000 megawatt, small hydro of 5,000 megawatt, and biomass power of 10,000 megawatt. In other words, a renewable power potential of 175,000 megawatt. We have an 90%, as you know, as you've seen, of India's primary commercial energy is largely met from fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas. We are a net importer of oil and gas, and our coal reserves are limited. Our import dependency is very high, but we are well endowed with natural resources to meet our needs through renewable energy technologies and to meet the shortfall of electric power. And energy efficiency, in fact, has been included as one of the 8 missions in our Prime Minister's National Action Plan on Climate Change for industrial applications, for residential, transportation, agriculture, and electricity transmission sectors. We have a national solar mission which has put the target of 20,000 megawatt of solar power capacity by 2022. We have a biomass-based energy development as also solar thermal, which can vastly improve access to renewable and very affordable energy. And at Copenhagen, we have volunteered to reduce emission intensity of 20 to 25% by 2020 from 2005 levels through policy interventions, and this is a highly, highly ambitious project. Please don't be taken in by various things that you read in the newspapers that at the climate change conferences, India blocks the agreements, etc. India is only trying to create the necessary space for the developing countries so that they have the necessary space to grow. And India has adopted a three-pronged policy approach. One is ECBC, the Energy Conservation Building Code, PAT, Perform, Achieve, and Trade. I have already spoken about the National Solar Mission. And organizations and industries in India, they are implementing renewable energy projects through energy efficient lighting and air conditioning and best practices that are of global standards. We have an institution, the Energy Research Institute known as DERI, which has come up with a compendium of best practices that are followed by our industry across all levels. And I'll give you a few examples and before I conclude my presentation. If you see the pie chart of the GDP of India and Serbia, more than 50% of the GDP of both the countries comes through the financial sector and comes through the services sector, and financial sector is, of course, part of it. We have the State Bank of India, which is the largest banking institution in India. It has branches in every nook and corner of the country. The State Bank of India, has initiated green banking as internal greening and external greening. They have reduced carbon footprint through energy efficient lighting system, through paperless banking. Even their ATMs are powered through solar panels. They have green channel counters, etc. And to reduce dependence on thermal power, the State Bank of India has invested in windmills generating green power for its own use. IT is a very strong, India is considered to be an IT leader. There is a very strong bond between India and Serbia on IT. The Embassy Group, it's a real estate group of India, has created an IT park in India. It is an intelligent building and the first gold LEED building in Western Balkans. And the purpose is to serve as a non-critical data center. One of our IT companies is KPIT. It's a global IT consulting and product engineering firm. It is recovering waste energy from kitchen exhaust fans. At the rooftop of its building, the kinetic energy of the kitchen air exhaust is utilized and converted into electric energy by installing a wind turbine, and the power generated through it lights the toilets and the fire exit signages. We have Indian companies here. Some of them are retailing consumer goods products. Hindustan Lever Limited is India's fastest moving consumer goods company, ranging from soap to tea to detergents. And it is one of the world's most innovative companies, and it lays emphasis on sustainability. So this company is using spent coffee waste as fuel in biomass-based boilers. Steam is required extensively in coffee manufacturing process. And the steam is generated in the high-speed diesel-fired boilers. So this company is utilizing the low-ash agriculture waste and any other waste coming out of the byproduct during the manufacturing processes as fuel, as a biomass fuel to run the boilers to generate steam. As a result, it has saved 1,580 kiloliter of high-speed diesel annually, and it has curtailed carbon emission by 4,100 tons in a year. Agriculture is something that India and Serbia collaborate. We have an agreement on agriculture. We have a joint commission. We have agro-machinery companies in Serbia. We have the TAFE who have bid for the IMT. We also have Mahindra. We have Sonalika. And we also have the Jain irrigation equipment that sells here in Serbia. And all these companies participate regularly every year at the Novi Sad Agriculture Fair. Now, Jain Irrigation is a multinational corporation, an Indian multinational corporation in drip, sprinkler, irrigation systems and components, agro-processed products including dehydrated onions and vegetables, and processed foods. And its aim is to leave this world better than you found it. So they have pioneered a waste to wealth program, a biomethanation producing power of 1.6 megawatt of electricity, 24 metric tons of manure per day, and 400 tons of refrigeration. This is the first of its kind biomethanation project capable of delivering biogas for electricity and for refrigeration. And the electricity saved is 10,000 megawatt hours, or about $1 million per year. Mahindra Tractors is another company which is very well known here in Serbia and the Balkans. It's the #1 tractor company in the world by volume, and their products are making farms prosperous across countries and across continents. They have introduced innovative process of energy efficiency of retrofitting energy efficient equipment to even capturing waste heat for reuse in operations. In other words, energy efficiency through conservation in lighting system, through a phase-wise change of metal halide and installation of voltage control for optimal utilization of electricity. As a result, they have saved 143,000 kilowatt hours of energy. And I will pause at this stage and mention, I'll go back to my initial comments that India is a leader of intermediate technologies. And we are sharing these technologies with countries similarly placed through capacity building programs in India, which offer about 300 different specialized courses in about 50 institutions. And one of these institutions is THERI. And Serbia utilizes these capacity building programs every year. Apart from training programs, we also do consultancy services. We also do feasibility studies. We also execute projects, whether through commercial banking loans or through concessional credit loans. And as Serbia goes green, you can always depend on India as a reliable partner in the area of renewable energy programs. Thank you so much.